Are you looking for a sporty crossover vehicle? Well, you're gonna wanna check out the 2024 Mazda CX-30, and today we have it in the premium package. I'm gonna take my very first test drive in it. I'm excited. Let's get this thing going. We have the Deep Crystal Blue Mica exterior. Let's come in close on this one because you really can't see it from far away, but the closer you get, the more interesting the paint job is because there's little metal flakes in the paint, and it just really sticks out when the sun hits it. This vehicle has a Skyactiv-G 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine. It produces 191 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque. This vehicle has a 60-month, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty, a 36-month, 36,000 mile new vehicle limited warranty, and 24-hour roadside assistance. Coming around the front of the vehicle, you notice those LED headlights that really stick out. They definitely have a lot of layers to them there, and very bright in this slightly overcast day. Mazda logo in the center of the grille there. Everybody's gonna know what's coming at them on the road. Glossy black grille behind that. Coming around the side, we have the 18-inch silver alloy wheels, and those do stick out really nice during the daylight. So along the bottom, the tire and the side of the vehicle is this harder plastic bottom. That's going to protect the vehicle from, rocks or whatever coming up and chipping the paint on the bottom of the vehicle. Coming around the back of the vehicle, you notice these LED taillights, and man, do they look unique and interesting. Definitely different than other vehicles out on the road. The Mazda logo, the CX-30 all-wheel drive, and the Skyactiv-G logos on the back in chrome really just complete and tell people what you're driving on the road. The back of this Mazda CX-30, you notice that it does have a windshield wiper, handy to have. The back windows are tinted, but the main thing is, how do we open up the trunk, right? We have a button on the key fob. I'm just gonna hold it for a second, and we have an automatic trunk all the way up. And you have significant storage back here. This is what's really nice, that it is a smaller crossover SUV, but you also have a lot of storage space. Underneath here, you have your spare tire. That's great. They don't always come with spare tires anymore, as we're finding. And Bose subwoofer, I believe, is back there in the trunk. On the back of the seats, to put them down, there's a little button. I'm just gonna push that, and they're 60-40 split seats. Very simply, go all the way down. So you have that additional storage all the way up to the back of those front seats. I'm really excited to see how much space we got in the back seats, so let's go check it out. So jumping into the back seats, we do have a white leather seat with white stitching, perforated leather, and black designs on the door. Actually, if you look at, this is black up here, but this is actually a dark brown in here. That's really cool. I love the color scheme between the blue exterior and some brown features on the inside. Looks really nice. In the back seats, pretty standard back seats. I have an armrest here with 2 cup holders. Great to have. Some ventilation back here. And hey, if I want to store some stuff, there's a little pocket here on the passenger seat. So that's it for the back seats. Let's jump up front and then we'll get this thing on the road. So here we are in the front seats of the CX-30, and man, there's a lot of color, a lot of texture all over this place. Looks really great, I think. If you look right up here on the dashboard, first thing, top layer is that dark brown leather with the white stitching from the seats. The black here is like a soft touch material. Below that, we have some more black, some chrome across here. Obviously, everything looks really great. Even the armrest is in that dark brown with the white stitching. And obviously the seats stick out because they're white with the perforated leather. Let's go ahead and turn the vehicle on and put my foot on the brake. Press the engine start stop, and my dashboard's just gonna light up here. Of course, telling me to put on my seatbelt. I wanna make sure that we do that before we get on the test drive. So we have a digital display up in front of us here. I see a car between 2 lines. It's gonna be for our safety system, I believe. We have analog RPM on the left. We have our engine temperature and our fuel gauge on the right, all analog there. Some things I'd like to point out Over here on the steering wheel, on the left side of the steering wheel, we have all of our entertainment feature. We do have a Bose speaker system in this premium package, so definitely a good quality audio system. We can change our sources on here. We have a push-to-talk button to make phone calls, send text messages, and also do your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto through this. You can do like search engine searches and things like that, as well as listen to your own personal music. Whatever app is compatible with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, you can access it here with this push-to-talk button. We do have an info button here, and what's really cool about this info button is that whenever I press it, it actually changes all the information on the center of this digital display on my dashboard. So I can actually just have the miles per hour there digitally, or I can have a digital dial there that actually shows you all of that information. Really cool, really neat. You can do a lot of stuff up there. On the right side of the steering wheel, we have our safety features. Looks like mainly it's for the adaptive cruise control. We'll test that out on the test drive. So up top, this is not a touch display. This actually gets controlled by the commander controller down here at my fingertips. It's just a spin dial and you can press in on it. Up here on the screen, you have information, entertainment, communication, navigation. If your vehicle has the navigation, obviously if Apple CarPlay, Android Auto connected to this, you're gonna have that navigation as well. Below that, we have our AC controls, pretty standard there. So we also have our wireless charging down there. All I need to do, put my phone right there. It's already connected and wirelessly charging my phone right there while I'm driving. Pretty nice. 2 cup holders up front, very easy to access. And then we come to our automatic shifter here. We have park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then manual. Manual, you actually come over into manual. And then there's shifters on the back of your steering wheel. And you do have a different driving mode. But beside the normal mode that you're in, you can go into sport right there. We'll test that out on the test drive, see what it does to the vehicle. So down below here, we have our commander controller with the navigation, music, home, and back buttons right there. So down here, you have the parking brake. I can pull up to apply the parking brake and then press down to release it. I have an auto hold button. Now what the auto hold button is doing here is it's applying the brake without me having my foot on the brake. When I come to a complete stop, that's what's gonna happen. If I were to just release my foot from the brake, we're not coasting forward. If I hit the gas, we're gonna coast forward until I hit the brake. So when I hit the brake, hold comes up on my dashboard, and here we have it. Complete stop. My foot is off the brake, off the gas, and this is great for stop and go traffic. So really cool feature to have. You have your volume controls on the right side and a star button. You can probably program that to do whatever you want. So what's really nice about this armrest, it can slide back and forward wherever you like. Just for comfort, if you bring it all the way back, you can actually see you have additional storage. You have 2 USB-C chargers in there and a little divider. You can actually pull this out and put that there, and you have like a division in there. So that's pretty nice. So we have a sunroof up top. All I have to do is press the button back 1 time and it goes all the way back. Love to have a little bit of air in the cabin and more visibility vertically in the vehicle. You can tilt it or you can open it all the way, whatever you'd like to do. You also have up here, sunglass holder. Love to see that. Well, guys, that is a lot of features in front of us here. Let's get this vehicle on the road and test some of these driving features out. All right, let's get this thing out onto the highway in normal mode. All right, and just like that, we're up to speed. So it had a nice smooth transition up to power. I want to hear and feel the difference between this and sport mode. So I'm just gonna go ahead and click it into sport mode down here, and we'll see what the difference is sounding. All right, so I did hear more of the engine noise with that. I can definitely tell the RPMs change whenever I switch out of sport mode. So I have a car in front of me, and I went ahead and set my cruise control. I have it set to 50 2 miles per hour. The car in front of me is starting to speed up, so I'm now speeding up. I have the ability to change the gap between me and the car in front of me. I can close that gap or spread that gap out and make the sensitivity of my adaptive cruise control all the more. So I know that this has registered the car in front of me because on the dashboard it actually does show me a car icon. For example, here we have a truck in front of us and I see the car icon on the dashboard, and we've slowed down based on the speed that they're going. Now the truck in front of us is starting to slow down because there's a red light in front of him. So we're slowing down. We're coming down 31, 30, 28, 26, 22, 20. So it looks like we're going to come all the way down to a complete stop, just like that. Couldn't ask for that to be any easier. So to go ahead and put the vehicle into reverse, check out this backup camera. You have this nice wide angle view on the backup camera with lines projected showing you how close you are to an object. And pretty simply, there we go, we're parked. So here we have an alert alerting us that we have a vehicle coming behind us. So we definitely want to watch out, make sure we're paying attention and we're not backing up into any moving vehicles there. Cross traffic monitoring, great to have. So on my left-hand side, I have somebody coming up in my blind spot. My mirror lights up and alerts me when somebody's over there. Now, if I turn on my turn signal like I did whenever somebody was in my blind spot, it's not only flashing at me on the mirror, it's beeping at me and letting me know, hey, don't make that left-hand turn, there's somebody over there. So just cruising down the highway here, something else I'm noticing on my heads-up display is the lane keep assist. If I just inch over here to the right, what is happening is once it detects that I'm going to cross over one of the lines, it turned the steering wheel. It actually vibrated the steering wheel slightly and pulled me just ever so slightly back into the lane. It's a great safety feature to have. Here's a second demonstration of it here. Very easily, if my hands were not on the wheel, it would have kept me within the lines of the road. So what I love about working at a car dealership is that anytime I have questions, I can always ask a salesperson. If you guys have questions, leave them in the comment section below and we'll make sure to get back to you. If you have a question that I don't know the answer to, I can always ask a salesperson. If you'd like to take this car on a test drive or ask a salesperson a question yourself, come see us. We're right off Route 30 in Greensburg at Smale Mazda, or visit us online at smalemazda.com. Until next time, guys, enjoy the ride.